Hi everyone. This video is to give you the directions for your professional presentation review. Quickly show you what that looks like and talk about some more detailed directions for it. So with that being said, this professional presentation review is a discussion post. You'll have 1 week to kind of put your initial discussion post down onto the discussion board, and then the following week you will reply to two of your peers and their discussion post that they put in. This will follow a very similar format to the podcast discussion post you've already done, and so the goal for this particular discussion project is to watch or listen to a professional presentation. So in the podcast, we listen to kind of more of an informal thing. Some of the podcasts were a little bit more formal, but there wasn't kind of a review process to make sure the information they said was kind of backed by research and really focusing on research topics. It might have talked about those things, but also anecdotal things, which are great, but sometimes those aren't the most accurate for everyone. And so this is starting to introduce you to topics related to exercise science that are more professional in nature, what you may go to in your career, what may be things you're expected to do depending on your career. And so we really want to start to dig into those. And so each of you are going to watch a professional presentation, and then you're going to answer the questions below. Really just start engaging with more material and to see how things are presented and the way things go. With these presentations, you get to choose from the list that we have. There's a link to a YouTube video that has these professional presentations. And so you'll link to those. You'll get to pick any one that you want to. Some are more technical than others. Some speakers are better at relaying information to people who aren't in the field a little bit better than others, but you can choose whichever one you want for kind of whatever reason you want. Maybe I tend to say follow the things you're interested in or a title that intrigues you a little bit, but if there's nothing, just pick one and you're going to watch it, and you're going to watch it all the way through and take some notes and see what's going on. And then you're going to answer the questions that are below on this sheet. Now, it's it's 4 simple questions, but realize that you shouldn't just be giving basic answers here. This should go a little bit in depth. And so I'll show you kind of what those presentations look like here in a second, but I'll explain the questions that you have to answer to begin with. So from now until like the due date for the initial discussion post, which can be found on your syllabus, when you watch those presentations, you're going to answer what presentation did you listen to, and then why did you listen to it? That can be a host of different answers. Next, you're going to tell us what the presentation was generally about and who was talking, just a quick synopsis and who was there. And then number 3, you're going to give a summary of that presentation. This summary of the presentation shouldn't just be a couple of sentences long. This should be relatively long. I don't need pages and pages of information or the whole transcript of what was there, but should be able to clearly see that you've listened and kind of processed what was being said in this lecture. Now, that being said, there are things that they're going to say that are over your head, and that's okay. Do your best to explain that and let me see your thought process. And you may have to look up a couple things here as well, and that's okay, or reach out to me with questions. But give a detailed summary that you proving that you have listened to this presentation and kind of process what's there. And then 4, you're going to give me what kind of was the one thing you learned or one of the things that you learned. And then what was one question you had when this presentation was over about how things were done, or what's next, or how does this apply? There's a lot of different ways that you could go about kind of what intrigued you about that. And so we're really just trying to get you to dig deeper into the world of physical activity and what that looks like across all different kinds of things. So once that initial discussion post is posted, the following week, again, you can see this on the syllabus, you're going to do some response posts. I ask that you wait till the due date of the initial post is over. That way everyone's kind of had the ability to post and you have more variety to choose from. But what you'll do is you'll go and respond to 2 different classmates, their post. You'll watch their professional presentations. That's why we list the name. You're not just going to go with what they said. You're going to go watch those presentations for yourself, and then you're going to see what they said. And then if you can, maybe talk about the question that they posed. Is there an answer to it, or what were your thoughts there? And kind of dig deeper into that presentation. this is more than a good job or interesting or I like this post too. Those will get very bad markings on this discussion post. So just kind of keep that in mind. And so that's what this looks forward to. If you happen to think that you have another professional presentation from another organization or something you've seen or somewhere else, you can reach out to me at my email. Shoot that to me following the guidelines in the syllabus, and I am happy to, sorry about that, I'm happy to take a look at that and just approve that for you. If you don't have that approval, you definitely need to make sure you're staying to the list, but I'm happy to look at other things to approve. Just make sure you get that. But when you click on the link, it will take you to a YouTube page. This is a different kind of conference hosted by the University of Central Florida, and they have all kinds of things here from multi-component interventions to improve health, to exploring the role of beef and healthy aging, to cardiorespiratory fitness and physical activity after a stroke. There's really a lot of things here that you can choose from, and so just kind of go through the list and see what interests you. I've tried to keep it relatively broad so that people can explore different things, and hopefully you get a good exposure through this. There are a total of, I think it's 14. I think one of these isn't a true lecture, but I would have to go back and look at them again to choose from. So you should see 2 or 3 of these. During the response post, I do ask that you try to engage with people that have looked at videos different than yours. Don't just go to people that looked at the same video you did, trying to save yourself some time because you're not going to have a lot to discuss. Once you have watched that, once you've kind of typed out your answers, usually on a Word doc, but maybe you want to type them in the thing, simply go to our discussion post. It has the same directions here, and you post away. So let me know if you guys have any questions, and I'm here to help. Thank you so much.